welcome to another episode of the Wealth Clinic Show, where we talk about business, case in point, stock market. And today we'll not be any different. We'll start off with the stock market review, the activities of yesterday. We also review some reports, results, corporate earnings that came into the market during the week. And talk about the unbundling of UACN and, of course, the rights issue and the bonus issue made by AICO. All of this after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, and it's still Wealth Clinic Show. Thanks for joining in. I have in the studio Ambrose Omodium, my co-host and investment analyst from Invest Data Limited. Why is he all the time with Invest Data PLC?
Yes, oh no.
I'm waiting for it to get listed
Yes.
on the exchange. Good morning, Ambrose. How
Good
you
morning.
doing?
I'm very fine. Thanks for
Okay.
having me.
You're welcome. Let's begin with the gainers and losers for yesterday.
Okay.
And on the gainers chart, top 5 gainers. We got fixing for 10% up. Sky Aviation, we have Cavatin, we have Honeywell, Resta Express, and then on the losers chart, top 5 were Nimet, Prestige Assurance, CNI Leasing, ICO Insurance, and Mutual Benefits. It's interesting to see that 3 companies that are on the losers chart, top 5 losers, were actually on the gainers chart last week. Talking about Nimet, Prestige Assurance, and Mutual benefit, like they went like I think 10% up, and now they're down.
Yes.
So I'm sure it's courtesy of activity of traders. Like
Traders are the ones behind that.
Fitting was on the losers chart last week and is now on the gainers chart. So basically, let's talk about this. Is it just the activities of the traders, or did anything specific happen in this company that we need to know about during the week?
As we just said, actually, if you look at the stock that top the gainers chart, they are all penny stocks. It's a sign that the market is also not doing too good, despite we're seeing 10% gain, 8% gain for those stocks. But markets for almost 2 weeks now have been on a consolidated move or a side trending movement, waiting for either a breakout up or down. But for the last 3 days now, market have been on the downtrend because market have lost for consecutive 3 times or 3 sections this week. That is on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. And market is still looking down, meaning that profit taking has really hit the market. And as many investors factor in the expected Q2 number of this listed company, that many of them might not be, it's supposed to be a decline, not red, but most of them will decline. And that also will call for revaluation of these companies on the exchange. For that, we are seeing that nobody wants to buy stock at the current values now, especially those blue chip stocks. These penny stocks are going up because one, most of them are just releasing their corporate actions. Like Fixing that does top the gainer chart, just released their corporate action on Monday for 15 kobo dividend. And investors in that 15 kobo dividend also for the government policy or intention to kind of revitalize that sector. Is also impacting on them. CBN is already giving loan, as almost at below 1 digit loan to them. That alone is attracting activities in that sector, and that's why Fixing is one of them. Knowing that it has not released their corporate action to pay 15 kobo dividend is part of what moved that stock. But investors at this time are not ready to buy stock at the current prices because they are also already factoring the price, the expected decline in the earnings for second quarter, and at the same time too, the crude oil that have supported the market, recovering from April to May, as also dwindling, also declining. That alone, you can see investors are very careful at this point. Knowing that globally, the fear of coronavirus also resurgence over there is also sending a signal that people are also being careful in a matured market. I think that is also trickled down to our own market. That the buying spirit is not there. It's more of people trying to sell off what they have, take profit, and wait to enter at a lower price. And that is the game of equity investment. You buy low, you sell high, you buy low, and now people see that this market is rallying for almost 2 months and some weeks. You need to also exit, take the profit, come back after the earnings season when prices has come down. They need to enter again. But the good thing is that this is the time investors should take advantage of using earnings season to reposition their portfolio, and that's why I did a really comprehensive job on how to invest with earnings. This season for investors. And this earnings is going to take you for earnings is as old as the market. For that, if you understand how to invest with earnings season, anywhere in the world you are as a Nigerian playing a market, if you get that video and you look at it, it will guide you how to make money. Even though you're a long-term investor, a retiree, a trader, how can you use this earning effectively to help you take investment decisions? Once you know that, it will go a long way to help you. Knowing that, I've said on this program that it's compulsory that every listed company has three quarters to release their result. Either your financial year is December, September, March. That means every 3 months you are under law compulsory that you must release your quarterly result to know how you are fared for that period. And that also gives investors in that company insight what they should expect at the end of the year, and also what has happened within that period. Like I always say that it is not the number of cars you have. What really assess a company, is that their earnings. You need to know what have they done for that period. Just like the scorecard they give to our kids in school. You need to know, if you know how to use this scorecard, when it's coming, why it should be in the stock, what is the numbers when they read, all the quality of the number, what is the value, what is the growth. If you know all this as an investor or trader, it will help you to make money. That's why the result we're going to discuss today will open a lot of investors' eye that there are some companies that we don't need to enter.
We come to that. Still on this gain and losers chart, you notice that over time, or for some periods now, the company is stopping this, usually penny stocks.
Yeah.
Let's be fair to ICAP stocks. Given the fact that you need 100,000, you need to actually move the price.
Yes.
If you look at Fitson, for instance, that is trading like 3 naira plus, let's even get it to 4 naira. So 100,000, how much is that? 400,000. It's not even up to where shoe is for Leslie to move.
Yeah.
So do you understand what I'm saying? So
yes.
It's pretty difficult for us to see really our cap stock topping this list. If whatever is going to make Nestle make 10%, I'm sure that all markets must have really gone up. And God forbid Nestle coming down 10%, maybe we have economic issues. So we might not be looking at, because some people will look at gainers and losers here and just feel, oh, these are the best performing stocks in the market. I don't think this is a true reflection, because if they remove this 100% stuff, 100,000 limits there, I'm sure many of all those ICAP stocks might probably find themselves here too.
No, actually, the high cap stocks are rallying within that 2 months that we saw the bull. There was I call it a bear market rally. That after the market, I hit almost 11 years low in March. That people took position on that deep, and the thing took them up to in the month of May. March, April market gainers. When index gainers almost to like 7% in April, almost 9% in May, and you see that's gaining 8%, 7%. That means individual stocks within that month have gained almost 30 or 50, 100% within that month. For that, most of these stocks, high cap stocks, are rally that people are now factoring their expected earnings. That's why they say low now. But these small caps are the one releasing their corporate action this period. You can see last week, Mutual Benefit released their full year result. Prestige released their result. They declare 2 for 11 bonus. A market react to you. I say that when there's good news in the market, people want to identify with that good news. That's why you are seeing as this company are releasing their corporate action this period. But it's also a sign that the big boys are not playing the market, because an institutional investor will not invest in this kind of stock, because if you invest in this kind of stock, you are going to move it up. When you are selling, you bring it down. But those high cap stocks, the blue chip stocks, are where you see the big funds playing, because one, their share in issue is high, like especially the banking stocks. That's the major that got their share in issue is there, because you need to consider that share in issue. When it's available, people can trade that stuff. But when these small stocks, big fund cannot go to all these stocks.
Two things you need to note about the big boys. I'm talking about foreign investors, portfolio managers. They tell you they don't really want to move the price. They have price range. So you buy this XYZ stock within this range, XYZ. We don't want you to move the price. So even when they are coming into the market, they don't mind buying over a period of time, because they don't want to move the price. So I'm sure they are not gunning for the stock to be on top 10. They want stability at the end of the day.
No, actually, like you just said, that might be their goal, and that is most of what they do. They have a range to buy, but when they are entering the market, you will feel their impulse that they are there. And also, like I always say in different occasions, that in our market today, the regulators need to do a lot of work. We are over depending on foreign investors to run our market.
Whose fault is that?
Which is not too heavy for the market. That is why you can see you can't plan your retirement really on the market alone, unless you have strategies. Because when the foreign investors are coming to the market, you see the market will be going up. But in an advanced country and other markets I have seen, foreign investors in that market, they don't hold more than 20%, 25% of their market. But in a market where foreign investors, they are holding the market is about 65, 58%, it's not heavy. Because whenever they are going, so the way they move the price up when they are coming in, when they are going out, in anything, because they are the first to notice that the economy is shaking, they will start running. because you know that here is not their home.
Yes,
here is not their home. But you and I that are Omonile here, we are supposed to be investing. That means the regulators should do their work.
Okay,
Let them do a lot of education.
I need to ask a question there. How is the regulators to be blamed for foreign investors coming into? It's a market. If you bring your money to the market,
I like your question.
We will sell to you, right? They brought their money to the market. They were sold to. So, what is the regulators' problem if we locals aren't bringing our money to buy, and the outsiders, the foreigners, are saying something in the market and they bring their money to buy? What do you expect the regulators to say, okay, you can only buy 20%, so what happens to 80%? Force us to take it up when we're not interested?
It's because they don't want them to participate. If they've gone out to do what we call proper education.
Do you think people are uneducated?
No, the education is they're educating the journalists. They carry them to work.
Then it's the fault of the journalists to not educate the public.
No, they have to do that, but if you are really doing education, we have almost 6 political zones today in Nigeria. I mean, how often do you take investment education? No, let's come home. All of us are graduates of either economics, engineer, or doctor. We don't have investment education. We don't read to pass and all of that. But today, go to abroad, see a lot of investment education, independence, so that people can plan their life. But here, people are afraid because the market is not stable.
And you blame the regulators for that?
Well, the market is not stable because when you allow foreigners to take 60% of your market, when they are going out, they bring it down again. You can't plan with that market. For example, now, before the bubble burst in 2008, our market is being controlled by 60% to 80%, between 75 to 80% of Nigerians playing the market. When the bubble burst in that 2008, 2009, now many Nigerians now withdraw and they put their head in their share. Everybody was still nursing their wound. That is when foreign investors came to our market. Now check the history. They now say, oh, this market is like they're not controlling our market for us, which is not, because if we have gone back to tell the Nigerians that are playing, oh, you need to educate yourself, change your strategy, you educate them, they will come back, because before these white people came, they are doing 70 to 80% of the market. That means, why are they doing before? Market was still stable then. You can see that that period market was still stable before this yo-yo start coming out. When they come, the thing goes up. When they go out, no. It's good that we want foreign investor. No market can do without foreign. I agree with you. But don't give them that percent that when they are coming, feed the empire, they are coming to the market. Price of stock, those that are ugly and good will be going up, because when foreign investors buy the good ones and others are going up, it naturally attracts others to start entering the other smaller stocks.
Okay. That will be a discussion for another day.
No problem.
All right. Let's talk about UACN unbundling. Okay, at last. What should they take note in this?
Actually, if you look at the UACN performance for, well, let's say 5 years, it has been on a downtrend. This is stock that touched as high as 17 naira in 2014. Now today is struggling to touch 10 naira.
Are you shocked?
You can see the chart on the.
Are you shocked? Because I'm not.
Yeah, I'm shocked, because a stock that I've touched almost like, you can see, 70%, 17 naira, in 2014. Now it's struggling, but yes, it has broke down out of the downtrend, trying to come up. But the good thing now is that the conglomerate, when we want to conglomerate, talk of this chemical, what's it called, chemical allied products, which is CAP. Talk of UACN property. Talk of livestock, and other what are not listed are the conglomerate of UACN. But now the unbundling that UACN is the kind of not divesting, but they are like separating their holding. They are going to say their holding in UACN property now is going to be shared among the shareholders of UACN itself now. The good thing is that, yes, for shareholders of UACN, it's like a free bonus for them, or dividend for them, special dividend for them. But investors in UACN property should also be mindful that they just listed about 18 billion shares from their rights issue, which they say is almost 100% subscribed, which is good. But because UACN has about almost 50% of that company, that means out of that 18 billion, no amount is going. How many units is going to them, and that is going to share like free. But those in UACN, as to speak, don't know the actual date for qualification. They are all like, oh, when is it? That if tomorrow now the UACN now come and say, okay, those that hold this stock as at December 2018, that will benefit from this. Those that hold the stock as at yesterday, for that is why investors have to be very careful. Yes, I believe that they are kind of separating their holding from there so that they can stand alone now. Let everyone stand on its own. It's better, because before now they invested through property to their risk. That is the real estate vehicle. And whenever that one brings some form of income, because the UACN property has been read, When it come from there, it also stay in there.
That's
The UACN itself is not getting anything from them. Rather, it's also dipping them because they are not getting, because it's a sum of contributing to the bottom line of UACN, and that property is not bringing in, and they've invested in it. Now they want to say, stay alone, let's stay, we're not holding anything in you again. Let's share what we have with you, with our shareholders. We know that, yeah, if the shareholders want that to hold, fine. It's a good one, but the good thing is that for you to benefit from it, for those that are long-term investors, but for traders, they've entered when the price was as low as 5 naira, 40 kobo, they sold at 8 naira, fine. But for those that are interested, that are major shareholders of UACN, that are interested in this deal, in these goodies that are coming, they are confused because they don't know. For me, I also advise that investors should be very careful, because once they share these goodies, I'm telling you, UACN property will be at the mercy of the market. Why? Because those things you are giving me as free, I don't care whether I'm selling it at 20 kobo or 50 kobo. That means the share price of UACN property is likely to go down. Why? Once you give me free and I know that I'm holding there, I can try to sell it off, this will depress the price. Fine. Also consider that as we speak now, the property market is not so doing well. For UACN property to put good result that will turn the confident people is still low now until we come out of this whole economic downturn and all those stuff. But for those in UACN proper, I think there's goodies coming from them. But those that want to partake in that, they don't know exactly when. That's why investors are calling here and there. Can we buy UACN? If you're a trader, you look at the trend to trade. But for investors that are interested in that deal, they don't know exactly when. But those that are there before for a long time, because for the price to be going up, I'm telling you, it's not because of the number of UACN the price is going on. It's a result of either one activity from one director or the other that the price, just sentiment in the market that move the price from even that 5 naira to as far as 9 naira and all those stuff. That means it will still come to level. But the good thing that their first quarter result came, and I think I can see about 27 kobo earning per share for third quarter. That is for fundamental. But for technician like us, what we'll do is that when we see a trend that is positive, we can trade any stock. But so for now, the price is pulling back, just gained little yesterday. For me, for those that are interested in the dividend that is coming or the good that's coming, you need to be very careful because you don't know the date. But for traders, what's your trend?
Be careful mean? Do you mean stay off, buying beats? Don't go there.
You buy in beats. I agree, because if after entering today, let's say for example, I have like 50 million anymore you want to take because you want to gain benefit from this unbundling and what they want to share, and tomorrow they come out with corporate action that those that have this share December 2018 are to benefit from this. You would have entered, automatically you are disqualified. And you have entered because of what? The same expectation that the unbundling will better do that in the USA. That's why I'm telling you they should be very careful, because they've not really made it over that, oh, this is the closure date for those. And they know why they're keeping to themselves. I'm telling you. They know why they're keeping themselves. And you can see before a director can be increasing holdings there, he know why he's increasing. He also might know the date. But that's why if they take the date back, he might not enjoy it for those that I bought newly. For those he has before, also be a plus for him or her. For that, investors that are taking, if you can see the trend now on the chart, you see how the stock moved from 17 naira down to as low as 5 naira before crossing. But in all this, you can see that traders can take advantage. Where you see the blue lines, or traders take advantage of that movement. That is why traders can trade any stock using your technical analysis. And but for investors that are really looking for dividend, always be careful, because a company will not give you what they don't have. It is when they are making money they can pay good dividend, and when they're going to share something like this, is for those that they are named. Like for example, now if you right issue, if you come with the right issue that you are not a shareholder, you stay aside. You just hear with your ear because you are not a shareholder. Just so it is. If this good is coming, it's for those that are there already.
Okay, thank you, Ambrose. Okay, over to Aiko. Bonus of 1 for 5 ending. Right issue 5 for 13. And people are wondering what's going on there.
Yeah, the people are really wondering, because the question were really coming, why, But for me, what IQ just did is just to keep their reserve swelling up. Because not paying cash means that you want to keep money to do one or two business.
But they are meant to even recapitalize insurance sector.
Good. And you are very correct. And knowing that this IQ, around December this year, last year and early there, there was a special placement that was done for IQ Bahama. That is, the foreign shareholder in shareholder in IQ, and for them to bought about how many 4 point something billion ordinary share at almost 120, and they listed it at 120 on the floor of Nigerian stock exchange. Then doing this bonus issue is also for them also to be part of it, and Nigerians. But the right issue is for them to also expand their business, knowing that this company ICO has also a pension fund at their back. You know, that's like a conglomerate already. And if they are doing this, for me, it's just for them to capitalize and be stronger to do other business. Knowing that, yes, for you to do a general composite business about 10 billion, and if you have 80 billion, you will become a better business. Can cover any risk, and having pension at their back, I think, is a plus for ICO. For me, investors that are thinking long can look the way of ICO. The pullback we are seeing in ICO is not because of the conflict, the change in the bonus, corporate action they just released recently. By now, we would also have given us a closure date for the bonus, but day for yesterday they just said it has moved to September, and the qualification date for the right issue was on Monday here. 5 for 13. For every 13 share you have, you have 5 on it. For that, for what they are going to qualify for the right. For me, that should not be something that will send a bad signal for ICO. ICO with that is going to be better and stronger. From a method that are thinking long. And also, don't forget that even when the market was struggling, ICO was not paying a fat dividend, but they were consistent in their dividend. 5 kobo, 6 kobo, all through that period that the market was bad. And now they are out of that situation and they are moving forward. For me, any investor that is thinking long should go look at it. But for traders, take advantage of the price oscillation. Now that it's come back to around 97 kobo, one can think of entering and sell off around that 20 kobo for a traders. But for a long-term investor, you can go in because it shows that they are building capacity to serve you well.
Okay, I can't remember the last time we had them on the gainers chart, but they are on the losers chart this as of yesterday. So is it that the market is not happy with this news?
Yeah, the market was not happy because of the change in the bonus corporate action they don't release. Earlier they expecting that it should come forward, but they don't review it. They send a review of the corporate the bonus corporate action to around September. Now for those that qualify for that, yes, according to people, they are enlarging their share in issue. But if you are doing well, enlarging your share is no problem. But my concern is that any company that is doubling his share in issue also double your performance. Because if you're increasing your share and you're not increasing your performance, it becomes a problem to you. It will dilute your earnings. We agree. But if you can double your effort as you are creating additional share, that is good. It will sustain your price. And knowing that ICO, even the book value of ICO is more than 4 naira. I think around that, then it's okay. And you can look at their full year earnings per share. It's almost around 86 kobo when the price was only around that 86 kobo. To tell you that the company is not doing badly. For me, investors that are thinking long should look the way of ICO.
Long term.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We go on a short break, and when we return, we go into the earnings review. Stay with us after the break.
iReports gets even better with SuperScreen TV. Stand a chance of winning recharge cards for your efforts. Send videos and accompanying description to this WhatsApp line on 0811 1776 314. Viewers can send footages of newsworthy items, breaking news, and other events and have it featured on SuperScreen television. stand a chance of winning recharge cards for your efforts. Send videos and accompanying description to this WhatsApp line on 0811 1776 314. iReports gets even better with SuperScreen TV.
Welcome back. This segment is about reviewing the results of some companies that actually came in during the week. And we're going to start off with Unity Bank. Interesting results. Their full year was released and their Q1, that first quarter results was released. And the interesting thing that is the negative shareholders fund that they have. And they've had this for like four years.
Yes.
That is interesting. You expect AMCOM should have
Take over.
changed their name. But before we go there, let's even look at the results. 28 full year, they went from 34 billion to 44. That was improvement. Thereabouts. The profit after tax actually went from a negative to positive. Went up about 143.8% up.
Yeah.
Interesting results. But then negative shareholders fund. Maybe should we explain so that people understand what it means to actually have negative shareholders fund and why it isn't good for a company to be in that position.
Actually, no, there's a difference between you have your assets in your balance sheet. Well, if you are looking at in earnings, let me start from there. Earnings has three components. One is your profit and loss accounts. You have your balance sheet and your cash flow. This tells you what is happening in the company. No, we've just seen the profit and loss account that telling us the gross earnings grew by 28.69 and the PAT about 143.9, moving from a negative 7-point-something billion to 3.8 billion. It's also very good. EPS from a negative position to a positive rate of 0.9 for the full year. But coming back to the balance sheet of this bank, their liability is higher than what their asset. When you do what we call simple subtraction in economics, use your assets to minus your liability. Now that you have higher liability, more than the asset, that means you have a negative shareholder fund. You know that what we call net asset is a result of what? Assets minus liability. And that net asset is represent what we call shareholders fund. And this is what companies use to plan. If you want to expand, you want to pay dividend, it is from that your reserve in terms of retained earnings that you can do anything. But now they are having accumulated what? Losses. And that accumulated losses have thrown that their the equity aspect of the balance sheet to what? To a negative. That means for now to speak now, shareholder fund have been eroded in that kind of investment. And these reasons why the previous regulators have given that's why most of the banks in Nigeria were nationalized, because they're having a negative what? Shareholders fund. And it's a bank for almost 4 years now, getting to 4, or more than 4 years that have been in that situation. And they also are planning that there will be recapitalization in this sector. Who will be looking the way of acquiring such banks in terms of if you want to really capitalize, make the banks in Nigeria big? Because if you want to acquire a bank that is negative, it's going to even dilute your own shareholders fund. For me, I think this one is investors. You have to be very careful. You remember that what happened in Skybank. Now people traded that stock that same day. It was no.
Yeah, we slept in Skybank. We woke up in Polaris.
But this one now, you can see that even the first quarter result for 2020 is okay, moving from showing sign of good. But as far as the banks, shareholders fund remain negative, investors have to be very careful. I just making it clear so that you have to also, when you are investing in such bank, for traders you can do anything, but for investors that are thinking long, such bank you have to be very careful. Like I always say, very careful, because already dividend is not in sight. Because when you are having a negative shareholder fund, you don't think of paying anybody dividend, and CBN will not even allow you to do that. Even though now they are saying that companies that are most provision for bad loan, then that's talking of when somebody is having a negative shareholder position. For me, investors should be very, but traders can do anything. You see sign, you can go on, but for investors, So because that's why that is a bad signal already, despite their first quarter 2020 was positive, top the top line and down line. But I always say that on this program that for you to be a good investor, you don't just use your top line and bottom line alone. You go to the bank, the company's balance sheet, and go to what again their cash flow. Because if a company is posting a positive number and your cash flow is declining, that number they are posting is not sustainable. That means for every investment is against the future. And you know that if a company is not doing well, how will they pay you? And you see that today they are posting positive, but why their cash flow is going down? If that cash flow is continuing to go down, the earnings you are seeing will turn overnight. For that, you have to be very careful as an investor. Don't just jump into stock. Other people are investing there. Do your due diligence. That is why you need to get these earnings videos, earnings tape, and go through it, and it will tell you what to do when you are investing. When what you want to see in a company, you start running as if something is pushing you. You need to do that. So that you won't just stay in a company at the end of the day. You just stay there for years, and you are not seeing something tangible to show that you are investing in that company.
Thank you, Ambrose. Okay, looking at Unity Bank in a sector where you have the likes of GT Zenith making billions in profit, what do you think is going wrong with the bank? Now, I'm talking of operation, because I don't know how many other banks are actually having negative shareholders.
No, that's for now in Nigeria.
What is peculiar about Unity Bank? Why are they not making profit?
You know, I can't speak for the management as I speak now, but you know, for you as an investor, like I said, that it is not the name of the bank we are looking at. It's not who is the MD. We are looking at what are they giving, what is scorecard of that. The scorecard are revealed that they are not doing well, despite the little improvement.
So you don't even know why they are not doing well.
And also, other banks in the sector are doing well. You know, you can see the life of GT, what they are posting. You can see the net bank paying good dividend. But for me, they need to also strategize and do well. But for them to recapitalize and get back this, they are almost 250 billion negative shareholders fund. It's huge. It's not 250,000.
I'm curious about what liabilities. I mean, how do you run loss for that much? Okay, we may not be able to talk about what is going on behind the scene, but
I think when
we
they
can
get
talk about,
yes,
I mean, investors.
Yes, when
okay,
they get the video on the earnings, it would explain to them why a company accumulating losses for a long time cannot pay dividend, and why you should run from such company.
Yeah, because you can reach out to Ambrose to get the video. Let's go to Skybank, for instance, and this is not peculiar to Skybank. This is not the first time it's actually happening.
Yes. Where
the government takes up a bank and nationalize it, and the shareholders are just assumed to understand that their monies are gone. And is there nothing that can be done to actually protect investors? We understand that shareholders are the last to be paid. They will take the blunt, you know. They're just there.
After liquidation.
After liquidation, if there is anything, they will take. Yeah, we understand that. There's a risk they have to bear. But then we shouldn't throw it to their faces. You just don't take over something without explanation. No apologies. Nothing. Nobody is saying anything. It's just given that, okay, so we used to be XYZ, now we're this. And you know what, shareholders, we can't even remember we are shareholders.
No, the good thing, I like your question. That tells you that our regulators also need to sit up. The banks will always defend depositors in any situation. CBN will tell you depositors is supposed to be looking at all time. We have NAIC now. All of them want to defend depositors. But who is defending shareholders? With all if you ask today, say we tell you that we have shareholders protection fund. That is for people that are in the form of infrastructure, what you call infraction and the process, all those within the firm. But now that a company that is running, the same day people invested in that company, that same afternoon.
That same day, the next day.
And the market closed by 2:30. People traded Skybank that day, and 4 o'clock,
it's Polaris Bank.
And what is the fate of this? Today we are still hearing story. Nothing has been done. Don't forget that it's not the first time.
What happened to Keystone?
This is not the first time.
Enterprise.
And even Afri Bank, all of them, just overnight because of the same shareholders was negative fund. And that would indicate that shareholders, your fund has been eroded.
Okay. Do you know there's one game like this that kiddies play? They put a chair in the middle.
Yes.
Then 5 people dance around and they play music.
Yes. When it's the turn,
sit down. So who doesn't? Anybody that doesn't have a seat goes. So I'm guessing that's the case with Unibank. So you guys keep on playing, keep on playing. Because I don't know. Let me not say anything.
But investors have to be very careful.
They have to be careful.
I agree.
Although their Q1 results seems nice, but I don't see how this actually is going to make so much impact on their negative share. We don't know what is going to happen at the end of the year. Now they're starting positively. We don't know what's going to happen at the end of the year.
Even at the end of the year, I said it's about almost 250 billion negative share order, and it will take them years to do. And also, CBN is planning that when CBN roll out their last 5 years plan, that the banks is likely to recapitalize to become bigger, to do bigger things.
Okay.
So this kind of bank, who is going to sink such fund to recapitalize? Also, if CBN said today that, for you to be one of the top banks, you will need about 100 billion. And that means add 100 billion to already a negative of
200 and something.
Like, who will put that kind of money in such bank as we speak now? I think investors should be very careful. Like they say, I say, let them be very careful.
You're a politician, you always say be careful. Be careful. Don't be the one not to have a seat when the music starts. Okay.
Yes, so.
Thank you, Ambrose. Okay, let's go to Abbey Mortgage Bank. Q1 result, gross earnings was up by 1.91%. I mean, negative though. And the profit after tax, whooping 50.12% down. And let's look at the profit after tax though, 26.29 million
against,
for all year.
Yeah, against 52.0 million for the previous year. For me, the mortgage business in Nigeria is still struggling. It's still struggling.
But that came to my mind when I saw this.
But that will not be a reason for you not to post a positive.
Some shareholders have this in their bank account.
Yes, I agree with
this is what the whole company did in a year. Okay, so
no, it tells you that they are struggling too. But I think the government and also the economy is not helping matter as we speak now. The economy is part of what they are, and also the policy. The government is talking out. If really want to encourage, all these kind of banks, there are facilities they should enjoy to encourage people. And if people say they are, they are paying money to build, they will contribute, because they don't come and take money free. It is once you contribute, you take loan and you are paying up for your loan. It's about running the business. Can do for another person. You should know the business will be also flourishing and not doing well. But for me, the numbers from the mortgage industry for Aspina, they are not looking good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, GSK Q1 results. GSK Q1 results, that's January to March. Revenue was down 0.39%. That's pharmaceutical sector. Of course, profit after tax went up by 10.7%. But let's look at the gross earnings, though. Given the same sector as Fitsin,
yes.
As Neimed,
yes.
So what's up with GSK?
No, GSK. If you look at this number, fine, it's a mixed number, but for me, it's not a totally bad number.
Because their profit after tax went up.
Yeah, it's still up, and they maintain their EPS. The earnings per share was still the same. Their sharing issue is not as much, as that. For them, for you, as you said, 120, million profit for any company. You said that the capacity of the company, the strength of the company, the size of the company too. For that, for me, GSK is in a sector that's enjoying favor now, and it's likely to also improve in their subsequent numbers. For me, investors also that are thinking long should look the way of this sector for now, because the pandemic on ground now globally has really kind of shift interest towards the healthcare sector. And not only that, our CBN and the federal government are not also leaving them alone. They are trying to encourage that business in that sector keep on striving to make sure that we make our health sector a bit better, so that we do this our tourists to health tourists will do, or going to abroad for treatment. If we can put our own healthcare here in order, I think that will reduce. For that, I see those companies in that sector doing well, going forward for let's say the next 2 or 3 years. That means investors that thinking long can also look the way of this company. GSK, knowing that is the leader in that industry, That's why the
leader as in terms of balance sheet size,
in price, leader
okay.
in price. Yeah, is the leader in price. I should just say, but leader.
But like that we are not how will I pay that? It's not a romance, so it doesn't matter if you are trading 50 naira and your committed to 22 naira. I'm concerned about who is giving me
Exactly. I agree with you, but if you look at their full year results, it was surprising when I saw that it was a good performance. They paid almost a 55 kobo dividend for full year, and the number was surprising. I didn't expect that number from them in all my forecast. But when I saw that number, I said, wow. But this one too is not a bad one. They see that they are still in order. But investors that are thinking long can look the way of GSK. As I just said, what's happening now globally, and also the government looking the way of that sector will see that activities, and also even aligned companies around healthcare are going to do well going forward, just because of these activities. Funds are going there. You can see that different state governments are involved. Everybody is afraid of the coronavirus. Trying to make sure that on that note, we'll see that there's activities for them. Investor can look the way of GSK.
Okay, shortly before we close on, we've got the MPR Microfinance Bank, Q1. Talking of microfinance banks, how many of them are even listed on the stock exchange?
For now, I think they're about almost getting to like 3. We have one in Ibadan. I forgot the name of that microfinance in Ibadan.
Okay.
But this one is, I would say this one is the most active one, and have been kind of regular in paying dividend.
Have you wondered why we don't have a lot of microfinance banks on the market?
The reason let them go and market, let the regulators encourage them to come. Because if you are doing well,
Regulators,
if you are doing well,
regulators,
if they are doing
everything regulators.
you make your.
What are stockbrokers doing marketing them? You're an investment analyst. Why are you not marketing them?
No, if I market them and the requirement they are seeing is trending is too hard for them to. It's too hard for them to penetrate.
MPR Microfinance Bank Q1. That's what we're talking about.
MPF, yeah. The MPF is just
MPF, right?
Yeah, the police. Nigeria Police.
Fund.
No, Nigeria Police Force.
Force.
Yeah, Force. Yes, yeah.
Force.
And I'll tell you, this bank is sitting in a lot of money. This bank has money. Why? Nearly all the police activities is under. That is why they can pay good dividend. You know, the last 2 years they paid 5 kobo because they acquire some technology to help them in their operation. But we can see in 2019, from almost 5 kobo dividend to 20 kobo dividend, you can see it's more than almost 150% growth or
20 kobo dividend.
Yeah.
How much is Fidelity paying?
Fidelity paid almost the same.
Okay, I reserve my comments.
But for me, no, the bank, for those that are thinking for consistent dividend, this place can look at. Don't forget that when it comes to police force, as far as Nigeria is going to be, police for the man.
They are forced to recover. Maybe we should change the name from Microfinance Bank to Full Commercial Bank. Anyway, thank you.
Because there's a lot of fun there these are playing with. Both also they have PFL too, or within the mighty police pension too. For that, a lot of money.
It's impressive, at least. Positive light.
Yeah, it's a good light. Yeah, no, that is the area I say police have done well.
Although their profit after tax came down.
No, it was flat. That is it's not a bad one.
2.8% down.
It's not a bad result. It's a very.
Thank you very much, Bruce Omodium. Thank you so very much for joining the show today. This is how far we can go. But when you're talking about stock, you mentioned stock reports, and you need to be informed. That is it. There's no business you want to get to in life that you shouldn't be informed. I mean, you can't just jump into it, except. Well, even if it is not your money, you can't just jump into any business without doing your due diligence without knowledge. So you need to speak to professionals, understand what you're doing. Yeah. So you can reach out to Ambrose after the show. Ambrose, what's your number?
080-281-64085. 080-281-64085.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Ambrose. And this is where we stop today. This show returns same time next week, Wednesday, 9 a.m., same station, of course. Thank you for joining in and enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, be safe. Coronavirus is still outside there. Goodbye.